All right. Hola, hola. Hola, hola. Can't see any of you, but I imagine you there. Tomorrow we're going to revisit some camera action here. But today, actually, it's okay if you don't want to turn on. Hi, Claire. Thanks. Because I'm going to kind of go over what I need you to do, what I want you to work on, and then I'm just going to give you the period to work on it. But I do want to make sure everybody's on the right page and knows what you need to do. So I am just going to go to my current lesson and screen share with you. You are welcome to just look at it with me here so you know what you are working on. And so here we go. All right, so here's your lesson for the day. So first thing you're going to work on for me is a Kahoot instead of doing it all together because half of my people are at school and I can't get to them. I just assigned it to you. So if you haven't done a Kahoot like this before, you're just going to click on here and it's going to take you here. I guess I can show you. It's going to take you to my Kahoot and you are going to put in your name. Okay, right there. Make sure you put in your first and last name so that I can give you credit for it. And then you've got 20 questions related to Preterite and Imperfect. It's not timed. So I want you to take your time on it. And I want you to actually make sure that you get all the questions right so that I can give you some points for it. So that is your first assignment. Then we are, if you have looked at your vocab, it's all related to art. And so we are going to start with a little research on two of my favorite artists, Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. So if you know stuff about them, awesome. If you don't, that's okay. You're going to learn stuff about them. So I have some questions here. I think there's about 10 questions that I want you to answer, and you can turn in here. You can answer them in English, and you're just going to do a little internet research on these two artists. Now, homework. There's kind of two things here. Number one is I'm going to give you a little quiz on Preterite and Imperfect tomorrow. Now, let me explain to you how we're going to do this. I'm keeping it pretty simple. So if you were in class either on Friday or Monday, then we went over all the notes very thoroughly. And basically, then I need you to have a basic grasp of the difference. All right. I am not going to make you write sentences using Preterite and Imperfect. I need you to know the reasons that you would use Preterite and the reasons you would use Imperfect. And then I need you to be able to choose those reasons in a sentence. So there's two things that you can do to practice this. Number one is this Kahoot. All right. And number two is if you have not done this little practice, I'll show you where it is. It's under quizzes from the other day. I tried to send you a reminder about it last night, I think, if you didn't do it. It's called Preterite versus Imperfect, and I assigned it on the 16th. And it looks like this. And you should go back and do that if you didn't do it. Review your answers if you did do it, and make sure that you understand everything because the format of tomorrow's quiz is pretty similar. All right. So I'm going to ask you to make sure you know some reasons to use the imperfect, reasons to use the Preterite, and then just give you some kind of sentences like this where you have to pick between the two. All right. So I'm trying to keep it simple. That's kind of what I need you to know at this point or by tomorrow on Preterite versus Imperfect. Okay, and then I have one more thought I want to add here, and then I'll take questions. So look down here at the bottom. I just added this because I went through and graded this, and so few of you have done this. It seems like many of you did not do your textbook practice from last Friday or Monday. So please check Skyward. If you have a 0, which most of you do, then you should go back and do that. Okay, it is a little just vocab practice. And it shouldn't take you very long, but a lot of people didn't do it. So those are the things I want you to work on today. Okay, Kahoot, this Diego and Frida little culture stuff, and then go back and redo this textbook assignment if you didn't do it. And just make sure you are ready for a very basic quiz on Preterite and Imperfect tomorrow. Okay, so let's see, questions. So the Kahoot says, what if we get some of the Kahoot questions wrong? Is it just for you to see what we need help with. I mean, no, it's kind of a practice, like, again, like for your quiz tomorrow. So if you're using your notes, you should be able to get them right. I'll probably do it like I do with the textbook assignments. I guess for full credit, I need you to get like at least a 70%, to show me that you're trying. And, again, I think if you're using your notes, there's no reason for you not to be able to do well on that. And just one more time, if you don't know where your notes are, you can always go to the homepage, always go to class resources, and it's up at the top here. Look, here are your notes on Preterite versus Imperfect. And I even updated them with all of our examples. So here's, what you need to know. Here are the endings. And then I put all the examples that we did on Friday and Monday together over on the back. Okay. So I think there's no reason if you use this that you shouldn't do well on the practices, which then of course will enable you to do well on your quiz tomorrow. So hopefully that answers that. I'll check. Maybe I didn't open the Frida thing yet. Let me just check that. So the Frida and Diego thing, honestly, like leave that for last because that I don't really need until Friday. Okay. And you're going to have a little work day on Thursday. So do what you can on the Frida stuff, but that should not be a top priority. I do think that I didn't publish where you submit it if that's where you were trying to turn it in. So that is now published. Okay, so let's see. What other questions do you have for me? Ready, clear on what you need to do? Preguntas. Caleb, hi, I know you just joined us. I just went through like in detail the current lesson because I'm just gonna give you the rest of the period to work on stuff. So I think if you just read through it, you'll be fine. Any final questions for the good of the group? Okay. Well, then hopefully you know what you need to do. Go do it. You do not need to stay on the Zoom unless you want to talk with me individually. So go get your stuff done and be ready for quiz tomorrow.